Welcome to Stamps Old World UK. I'm delighted to guide you on a fascinating journey through time and collectability, exploring the captivating world of vintage United States airmail stamps. In today's in-depth video, we'll uncover the rich history behind these beautiful miniature works of art, examine how their market values have evolved, and help you understand what drives their worth in today's US dollars. Whether you're an experienced philatelist, a curious newcomer, or a passionate history buff, this video will provide you with valuable insights into both the storytelling power and monetary value of these remarkable collectibles. We begin with an overview of the origins. Airmail stamps were introduced in the early 20th century to fund and standardize airmail service when planes first began carrying letters. The pioneers of this era demanded a distinctive stamp to indicate that mail would be flown rather than carried by train or ship. The United States issued its first airmail stamp in 1918, honoring this groundbreaking service. These early stamps captured the bold spirit of aviation, with designs featuring airplanes in flight, soaring eagles, and references to speed and innovation. Among the most iconic is the 1918 Curtis Jenny 1-cent airmail stamp, displaying the famous Jenny biplane. A compelling story surrounds that stamp. A sheet was printed upside down, creating what is now called the inverted Jenny, one of the most famous philatelic rarities ever produced. A single copy of the inverted Jenny can fetch prices well into the hundreds of thousands, sometimes even surpassing $1 million at auction, depending on its condition and provenance. This extraordinary value springs from its dramatic printing error, extreme scarcity, and legendary status in collector's lore. But today, we'll expand beyond that single iconic example, surveying a broader range of airmail issues and current market values. We'll explore factors such as year of issue, design variations, printing quantities, condition grading, centering, gum condition, perforation quality, cancellations, and rarity. We'll share approximate current valuations in US dollars based on auction records, dealer price lists, and philatelic catalogs. Consider, for instance, the 5-cent blue Jenny airmail stamp issued in 1918 in large quantities but still desirable among specialists. In extremely fine, unused condition with original gum and perfect centering, this stamp might appraise around $500 to $1,000, although average used examples trade for as little as $10 to $20. Moving forward in time to the 1930s, we encountered the 30-cent winged globe airmail stamp. These were printed in larger quantities, yet some minor printing varieties remain collectible. Neat, centered mint examples may command between $20 to $50 in today's market, while lightly used, well-centered copies may fetch $10 to $20. Another interesting issue is the 1941 Jack Benny and Mary Livingston 6-cent commotional airmail label, designed to encourage war bond sales during wartime. Because it was a promotional label rather than a definitive postage stamp, fewer examples survive, and fine examples can be valued at $50 to $100 or more. Collectively, vintage U.S. airmail stamps span a wide value range, from humble singles in the low figures up to iconic rarities commanding seven-figure sums. Most common issues in decent condition may range from $2 to $100, while standout condition, rarity, and historical import can lift values substantially. It's vital to remember that condition is king in philately. Even a high-value design may fail to command its full worth if it shows damage, poor gum, washed cancellations, or off-centering. Conversely, a very minor rarity in superb condition might outperform expectations. Certification from a recognized philatelic expertising body, especially for high-value stamps or error varieties, substantially builds confidence and can expand the pool of motivated buyers, potentially increasing price. We also must factor in broader market trends. Over the past decade, rare stamp values, especially high-grade classics and unique error pieces, have generally followed a steady upward trajectory, driven by high-net-worth collectors and stable demand. On the other hand, the values of more common stamps fluctuate more with general collector interest, availability, and retail pricing. Suppose you're considering selling or buying. In that case, it's wise to consult recent auction catalogs from venues such as Robert A. Siegel, Cherry Stone, or David Feldman, and cross-reference online marketplaces for completed sales of comparable items. Professional dealers and online platforms like Stamp World or Stamp Auction Network can help track price movements in real time. Let's look at a couple of real-world examples from recent auction results. A centered, never-hinged inverted Jenny with excellent color and margins sold at auction in early 2025 for over $1 million, a milestone reflecting the continued prestige and demand for that iconic error. Meanwhile, a 1938 8-cent winged globe airmail in mint condition fetched around $30 in a recent online sale, highlighting the mid-tier values for more common but attractively preserved issues. In addition to monetary value, the allure of vintage stamps lies in their historical and aesthetic dimensions. Each ink design, cancellation, and perforation whispers stories about innovation, communication, world events, and artistry long before digital electronic messaging. A single stamp may connect us to the dawn of commercial flight, wartime morale, or the golden age of airmail. If you're just beginning your collection, start by focusing on themes or periods that inspire you. Early Jenny issues, patriotic wartime labels, or the evolution of design from Art Deco to mid-century modern. Gradually build up by tracking prices, studying condition conventions, and learning from reputable philatelic literature and societies. For serious investors, seeking expert certification is essential. Utilize resources like the American Philatelic Society, the Philatelic Foundation, and major auction houses to verify condition, authenticity, and provenance. Documentation helps protect against fakes or altered stamps and ensures you'll receive fair market value whether buying or selling. If you'd like to dig even deeper into the story behind specific airmail stamps, explore plate number coils, booklet panes, imperforate variants, and regional and overseas territories issues. Those often hide fascinating anomalies and limited runs that attract specialists and raise values.
Next up, now let us turn our attention to another important airmail issue, the striking 25-cent airmail stamp featuring a majestic airplane flying over a suspension bridge with a vibrant cityscape below. This design represents the confidence and progress of post-war America, linking the golden era of aviation with the rise of modern infrastructure and urban expansion. Issued in the mid-20th century, this stamp symbolized the speed, reliability, and reach of U.S. airmail service, while also celebrating the country's engineering marvels. It quickly became a favorite among collectors, both for its design and its practical role in carrying heavier airmail letters across the nation and abroad. The 25-cent airmail stamp circulated widely, but its value today depends heavily on condition and preservation. Ordinary, used examples with light cancellations are relatively common and typically trade between 50 cents and $2. However, collectors always seek superior condition, and mint, unhinged examples with fresh color, sharp impressions, and well-centered perforations can command between $15 and $30 in today's market. On the higher end, professionally graded, never-hinged stamps, certified by recognized philatelic organizations, can occasionally sell for $50 or more, especially when they exhibit excellent centering and pristine gum. There are additional considerations that can affect value. Plate blocks, first-day covers, and unusual cancellations can raise interest significantly. A complete plate block of 4 stamps in never-hinged condition may bring between $50 and $100, while a first-day cover with clean postmarks and good preservation can sell for $25 to $50, depending on demand and presentation. Collectors often value such covers not just for the stamp itself, but also for the story they tell, linking design, postal history, and cultural heritage. When comparing the 25-cent bridge and airplane issue to earlier rarities, like the 1918 Jenny series, its value appears modest. Yet within the broader collecting world, it remains an attractive and accessible entry point for those who wish to own a piece of U.S. airmail history without spending thousands. Its bold design and strong connection to the post-war optimism of America ensure it maintains steady demand among enthusiasts. Moreover, because mid-century airmail issues are now aging into their 8th decade, high-quality specimens are gradually becoming scarcer, which may support slow but steady appreciation in market value over time. As always, condition is the greatest deciding factor. Centering, gum integrity, and whether the stamp has ever been hinged can separate a $10 copy from a $50 gem. For serious investors and collectors, it is wise to seek expert certification or purchase from reputable dealers and auction houses. This protects against alterations and ensures that the stamp you hold reflects its full market potential.